just to like, right? Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, very good.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Dale is not here.
Another podcast without Dale.
Yeah, I was bummed out when he sent the message like, "Can we do Sunday?" Like, we
way.
can't.
Isn't it like a long weekend in the Philippines? When is that?
Yeah, it's the holiday started yesterday, and then there's also a holiday on Monday, so everyone's excited.
Wow.
Yeah,
Let me see. August
it should be
24 is Ninoy Aquino Day.
it's the 21st, and then there's the
21st,
strategy of like
okay.
moving the holidays to weekends, so that I think people are happy. But I think the main purpose of that is just so people will spend money more, and then it circulates, and then the economies getting better. I think that's the main thing.
It's the
So they
same
moved-
thing in the US, right?
Yeah, they moved
year.
it
Like Black Friday.
from Wednesday to Friday, and then Monday has always been I think it's always been National Heroes Day, so it's a long weekend in here.
Nice.
But
When is the National Heroes Day again?
I think it's what's Monday?
30th?
You are
Is it the
Filipino,
30th?
right?
I mean, yeah,
I think it's
National
August
Heroes,
30th,
right?
and then they move it Monday. But
National
30th
Heroes
is
is
a
like the
Friday.
biggest holiday in the Philippines.
Are banks closed for that holiday?
Is it August 30th?
I think so. I think that's like a how do I call it? It's like a big deal holiday. It's like one of those holidays that it's regular. Yeah,
Last Monday
I think
in
it's more.
August.
Yeah, I think it's more of like a federal holiday in the U.S. It's something like that. Like it's a real holiday.
Was it like it was a specific day before, and then they just move it? No.
I think the 30th is
Google
the
It's the last Monday in August.
Kagitingan. I don't know Kagitingan. Like the last time I tried to memorize this stuff is I think I was just elementary school because that's
Yeah.
where your teachers quiz you.
Yeah,
Which-
which are not very good Filipinos right now. Not very
I
impressed.
forgot.
Yeah. Sorry.
Don't put this
Motherland.
in it.
Yeah.
I always thought it's like August 30th or something. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's like
I remember there's something on the 30th, and as you grow up, there's like new memories, like trying to fill in those memories. So that's why.
yeah. The holiday that I follow is not the Philippines anymore. So,
There's also
forgot.
there's also the Mandela effect where you can remember something a certain way, and it actually never was like that.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
So that may be happening right now. I think it's August 30th.
Like
the holiday that I won't forget probably is May 1st.
It's a Labor Day in the
Cinco
Philippines.
de Uno.
It's a Labor Day. What?
Cinco de Uno.
You're saying 5 and 1.
5 and 1?
You're saying
Cinco
It's
de
a-
Mayo. Wait,
Cinco de
what?
Mayo is a
No,
May
no.
5th. Yeah.
or
Uno de
Mayo
Mayo. Uno de Mayo.
Okay.
Sorry, totally ruined that joke.
You could have
Yeah. It would have been good if you said it
made
like
it great,
if I
but
said it right.
then you just
I really
made-
doubled down on it too. I was like, am I not?
made bad.
Am I not making sense? Sorry on
Yeah,
that.
May 1st is one of like the non-Christmas holiday, or
They
Yeah.
don't have so many holidays. It's ridiculous. How many
It
holidays?
is.
Like 15.
But
holidays.
yeah, but what our company did is, yes, there's a lot of holidays in the Philippines, but they limit us to like I think it's 13. Like you can only take 13 of them. So no matter like how many holidays like get
Only take
declared
13.
right away, the max is 13. So you have to strategize to it which days you have to take. It's not a vacation leave where you can just like put it somewhere. So it has to be like on a holiday, and then pick your holiday.
Yeah. It's like the bunk holidays here, but
I think we only have like 7 though.
Yeah, I think the US doesn't have a lot.
Tons of holiday in the Philippines.
Yeah.
The thing is, Filipinos just don't like to work. They'll take any excuse not to work.
I mean, if you
Be careful.
I'm just kidding. Was that?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm trying to.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Now-
because there's a lot of like people who like who works hard.
No. We're given a lot of holidays because we work so hard that we have to recuperate.
Oh, great.
Holiday. Yeah, because a lot of people work on the holidays here. I think
Someone's got to
there's
sell
company.
donuts.
Yeah,
Jollibee.
Yeah, but I think there's like holidays that are non-negotiable, right? Or like
Christmas.
mandated holidays.
Yeah.
Aside from Christmas,
Do you guys have 4th of July?
I think
It's 12.
the Holy
June
Week-
12
Holy Week-
for us. Yeah.
Holy Week is like Monday, Thursday, and Holy Friday. Is that
Yeah,
mandatory?
I think it's more of like because a lot of establishments are also closed that day, so it actually makes sense for you to just not like treat it as a holiday, and that's also helpful those times where people are expected to at least be remember your sins just at least once a year. People,
I have so
try
many
to
sins, I
like
forgot them.
yeah, just try to like meditate or think about Passion of the Christ that time. I think it's actually useful, but people don't really like those times are like those are the days where people go to like beaches and party because it's a it's a major holiday.
That's the best way to,
So,
to
yeah.
think about your sins is to start
Yeah.
sinning more on those
More
days.
like adding, like creating new ones so that you
Yeah.
forget the.
Yeah, you got to replace sin. It's like memory. If you any recent sin
That's what I
forgives
meant.
a past sin, so you just keep sinning,
Yeah.
right? Sin City. I think we just got to the bottom of it. I think we just solved Christianity.
It's all. Yeah.
In the U.S., most of the holidays here are there's a lull period though, like from
Yeah, there's usually like one holiday a month on average, but there's a few months that don't have a holiday. We just recently added Juneteenth, which celebrates the freedom of slaves.
yeah, but that's not that's not
rare.
a mandatory holiday. I don't. That's not
It's a federal holiday, baby.
It's not. I
It
worked.
is. It's a federal holiday.
It's a federal.
What,
Yeah.
The markets are closed. The
Yeah.
banks are closed.
Yeah.
So I live my life according to when the banks are open.
Yeah. So you have more holidays than me because I only.
No, you're Filipino. You
Yeah.
have 30 holidays because you have U.S. and Filipino holidays. You have both.
What do you mean?
Oh, days off work or holidays that you celebrate?
Days off work.
Okay, days off work.
Days off work,
Well, that's a
yeah.
totally different thing. I'm talking
Yeah.
about if you're talking about holidays that you celebrate, you could have a holiday every single day of the year. Basically,
Yeah, right.
because you're Filipino and American.
You, whatever.
Am I out of control? I'll rein it back.
We're talking about days off work.
Yeah, days off.
Not
But a lot of
actually
people still
holiday.
work.
A bank holiday doesn't necessarily mean that you have to. And yeah, if you're in the service industry, you're always going to work. Basically,
Yeah,
So,
it doesn't matter.
what do
for
we?
them.
I'm tied
I
to
think-
the banks.
I think those like customer support work also they don't really follow like holidays because there's a lot of call centers here, and I think they just like they just take day off when like in their regular scheduled day off, like even if it's a holiday they have to work because they
Oh,
have
you know
friends. Yeah, they have
Oh,
like where they like do a raffle just so who can take the day off on New Year's, Christmas, because everyone can't be out, so they have to like you have to
You
make
can't
it
just, like,
fair.
sign off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one job that you never get a day off work, and that is the job of a mother.
Oh,
Oh, God.
You're
it's not a job.
24/7, 365.
Yeah.
I'm not
most
getting
important job
paid,
in
so
the
it's
world.
not a job.
Yeah. You're getting paid with
Oh, shut up.
happiness, fulfillment, and what do you call this? It's the
Highs and
human race.
kisses,
Like you're helping the human race survive.
That actually is a good point. You are supplying the human race.
Yeah, supplying the human race with new generations. So like
Future
great
workers.
people. Yeah.
Okay. All right, you're welcome.
Did I redeem myself?
I don't know if I should be
Let the record show that I said that.
proud of you or I don't know.
It is funny because Bill Burr had a bit about that, and Bill Burr, right? He like rants like when
Yeah, I
say
think
it's
I've
the
heard that one.
like it's the hardest job, and he goes like really, like I think the example he did was like roofing in July.
Yeah.
Is-
Or like
yeah.
deadliest catch. Like
Yeah,
catching,
that's
like,
catch. Like really, so
like in
that's the
middle of
hardest.
ocean.
Yeah, and you say like, and then the punchline was no, not punchline. It's like the closing. It is like if you can do your work like with your pajamas, like it's not the hardest work
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah, that was like it was Oprah saying like, "And the hardest job of all, being a mother." Yeah,
and he was like, really? Yeah.
it's pandering, you know.
Yeah. It's just it's funny like how he's like making up. It's actually a good point, but it's how he says it. Like it's like,
I guess hardest versus most dangerous. You know, how do we define? How do we define that? But
oh
I
yeah,
haven't seen much from Bill Burr lately.
I think it's more on doing movies.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the last time I heard. And then he has a podcast. It's not a big podcast, but it's actually good. Like there's some good guests in there. Yeah, I think he's busy on other stuff. But maybe he's because I forgot when he like put out his last special. Should be like years ago.
yeah, 2019 maybe.
Yeah, I think it was before COVID. So yeah, I mean he's good. He's probably just like looking for stuff that he's interested in. It's not really about like making the most money. That's why he's doing
he's
movies.
risen to a level of fame where he's like comfortable not taking jobs. Yeah, he did a lot of stuff on Star Wars. Curious, who are you listening to right now, Louis? Like, who is your?
It's well, Rogan still, but I don't listen to all of the episodes. I did. Oh no, I did not. I listened to Lex Friedman. The Chris Williamson one is I listen to him sometimes, but I think you know the podcast, right? It's hard for me to listen to it, but it's actually really good because he phrases stuff like really well. Like he's so like
I really like him.
What's the word for that? Like the words
eloquent?
he chooses, eloquent. Like it's almost like a formal, even though it's a casual conversation, but the way he describes it is the way he like uses words is like it's like a formal setting. That's why you like listening to it because it adds to my vocabulary. Like
oh yeah, he's so
when I
smart.
listen to him.
And the people he has on is so smart. I've actually listened to him every day for a while now. I can't remember if I mentioned that to you because it's funny that you mentioned him.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
so
you
I really
listen
got
to
into
him in the morning. Yeah.
In the mornings. Yeah. So we did talk about it. And but my complaint is sometimes it's just rapid fire, like this quote, this quote, this quote, this quote.
Yeah.
And they don't actually listen to each other. They're just like going from one quote to another. So I don't have enough time to like soak in how deep a quote is because they're moving on to the next one. But it's still great. It's definitely
because
time.
Yeah, because he speaks those quotes like it's like something that everyone knows already, and then just keeps going. And I'm just
like,
still processing of the what did he say?
Yeah, I like writing stuff down. Whereas Lex Friedman will be like he'll stay on a topic and he'll really massage it and he'll like
and the pace is so like the pace of how Lex Friedman like asks a question, talks about a topic, like you would understand it. I think it's because it's also his second language, right? Because he's Russian.
He slows it down.
Yeah, the way he slows it down, and then
those English people, British people are just
yeah.
Hey,
is this the reason why every morning you say something like so?
Classic comes
very.
down, like,
are you talk like you're a preacher or something?
Well, yeah, I'll like lecture her for like a whole.
It's like. I just woke up and you're telling me these things and you're wanting me to absorb this. I just want coffee.
Yeah. What was the thing is that adjusting your expectations?
Yeah, that one. It's like, oh, your circumstance and your
expectations.
Your expectations should be lower than your circumstance. What are you telling? What are you saying to me right now?
I've already had coffee and everything. I'm like totally jacked up.
I just woke up 5 minutes ago, and you're trying to tell me these things.
You try to lecture her about like different how navigate life. Like what?
I've just waiting for her to wake up.
I was like, oh, is this the reason why you're being so preachy?
Yeah,
and so like trying to be so deep and meaningful and whatever.
Oh yeah, that's exactly.
Oh, I hate Chris Williamson then.
Just listen to him. He's good.
Yeah, he's good.
Well, why should I listen to him and I have you?
Or listen to Lex Friedman because he's a good starter. I am a good interpreter of Chris Williamson because I'll take the good points. So we'll continue doing what we're doing.
You think I have time to listen to podcasts?
I do somehow.
It's there. You just what I do sometimes is just put it on like just the audio and then like maybe do something else. But
Like,
sometimes
do
there's
dishes, clean the house,
yeah
type of thing.
yeah. But also there's time where the topic is so interesting I need to sit down for it and then watch it. So it's, I end up
Who's
like
that guy? Lex Friedman had that guy from the Amazon. Did you see that guy?
Yeah. From the Amazon, the company, or Amazon the forest?
No, the forest. Like
Okay.
the
that
outdoors
they had
guy?
they had a podcast in the
Amazon, right? Did you
Amazon.
see
Yeah,
that?
I haven't. I just saw the trailer because it was so interesting. But I think it just a lot of like other podcasts came up. Yeah, but I should. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I just
But
remember the
wait,
trailer where the first thing
Really
he
good.
said was like, where are we? Something. Hey, I even forgot the name. So it's like the name is, let's say the name's Ryan. Like the first thing he said, like, hey Ryan, where are we? And then so that he would describe like where they are. We're in the middle of the forest. Blah blah.
They're in the
Yeah.
Amazon doing a podcast, and Lex has his full suit on. He wears the same suit
Yeah, same
every
suit.
podcast, and he's like boiling hot because it's like 120 degrees. No, I don't know
Yeah.
what Celsius is, but it's like really hot. You know,
It should be. There's no wind there. I think that's the thing with forest, right? If there's a lot of like trees,
I
it's
didn't
not
think
really
about
like a
that.
lot of wind that goes through, especially if there's like giant trees in there. And I think the weather in there is not really also it's not it's not
You're
that.
right. There's no breeze.
Or I may be wrong with it because they say
No,
the
you're
trees help for the breeze, but I did hear that somewhere that if there's a lot of trees and then it actually blocks some of the wind. And imagine if they're like giant trees and you're like at the base, I imagine like it's hot like that.
were they on
I know.
a river or just like the middle of the woods?
I think it's just middle of the woods. I mean, it looked like that, like in the middle of the woods,
Yeah, they're in the middle of the woods, surrounded by the
like
most
trees,
dangerous-
right? Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. If they were like on a river, they probably have more breeze.
Well, they're not on a river.
That's why I asked if they were on a river.
I mean, like on a river,
like on a
in
boat,
Like
in a boat
barge.
that's
on a river.
on the river.
No, they're on like the ground.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's why I was imagining maybe they were in a boat because they're in an Amazon.
Do you have? Is there any part of you, Louis, that would ever want to go to the Amazon?
Yeah, maybe a bit, just for a few hours. Not really stay there a long
I
time.
don't like bugs. I don't like spiders. I don't like seeing weird bugs.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't. do that.
It would be just for out of curiosity what's in there.
Hmm.
But like at night, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be there like at night,
No.
like camping. It's some I don't know. There would be something like you don't a bug that you're not familiar with, and then it tries to
Oh.
creep in
Bro.
inside.
Well, because you know what, your spiders here
Are deadly.
are in the Philippines we don't
one
have
bite.
we don't
A
have
black widow bite
Yeah.
you, and your arm will fall off.
Oh yeah. In the Philippines, it's not that deadly because they're tiny. There are like they said there's like poisonous ones, but it's not really common where someone died or someone had an arm cut off because of a spider.
Yeah. I never knew that spiders could be venomous until I came in the US and
Bro.
people were talking about black widow.
Brown recluse,
recluse.
is a very dangerous, very small. Looks just like any other spider you ever seen.
I mean,
It'll ruin your year.
Where do they live? Is it on trees?
They
or
could be
they're
in your
just
house.
they're all over. I've seen a black widow out in our yard. The black widows have a red spot on them,
They're an hourglass or something.
and the brown recluses look like any other small spider you'd ever see. And
Wait, are you allowed to kill it?
oh yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's kill on sight.
Like, meanwhile, in the Philippines,
You
we
just
do spider fighting.
yeah, you fight. You make them fight.
I've heard about that. You put them on a stick.
Have
and
you
make
seen
them
it?
Fight each other.
It's actually fun. It's fun. I've tried doing that before. Like
every summer.
She described it to
every
me, but-
summer, kids go crazy. Like,
oh yeah,
Yes.
and
it was so big. It was so big that my
So big.
grandmother actually sold
like train them
Spiders.
and sold them and or, like,
spiders.
collected them.
And then like you have
Mhm.
these matchboxes and you make them as their like house.
yeah, you put them there.
Yeah, it's really like
you like feed
kids
them,
will buy it.
feed them and give them water, get them stronger.
Yeah, you feed them, and then the interesting part of it when you, because it's not really gonna, yeah, okay, Spidey, go back to your home. It's not gonna do that. You're trying to like blow on the spider, so it's like if there's wind, they try to like curl up,
Yeah.
and then when they're curled up, that's where the time you put it in the matchbox and you close it, and it actually sleeps
really?
like yeah, and you try to wake them up. Yeah, I even tried like looking for because I was just this was just like shared with me, and I just went with my friends because we tried to like it's not really hunting, right? I tried to like look for spiders. It's either early morning or like at the where the sun sets, like at dawn. That's dawn, right? So you have to like go there because that's the time
Dusk.
where they go out, and then they release the web from their bodies, and then it sticks, and then they make their houses. So that's the time where they go out, because in the morning they actually like hide inside leaves and then in the trees, so you don't really see a lot of them. But at night you see them like building their like those web houses, and then that's where you try to catch them. And then if you get lucky, you get like a good one who's like very brave, very skilled in fighting other spiders.
Longer legs.
Wow, so there's a whole strategy to capture them and learn the
There's a time of
environment.
day, so that's why people sell them. There's people who are like sell them to kids, so that kids don't have to like or maybe these kids don't live in a place where there's a lot of spiders, so they sell them.
Yeah. My cousin my cousin used to go there, sell them to neighborhood kids, and our houses.
So they're all different. They each have different like disposition.
Some of them have like
I
spots on their back. Some of them like really yellow.
And then they say those yellow ones are the most dangerous. I'm not really the. It's actually a good learning experience though to see, because I didn't know how spiders like build their. It's like that's their houses, right? That's the web. So and then we tried like watching a spider do it. It's actually like pretty interesting, and it freaks me out because it will just try to like release web from its like from the butt and then let the wind like wait for it. I think it just waits for it to stick to something, and when it sticks to something, it's gonna cross the other side and then release another web, and then that's where until they form those like the standard like you see in Spider-Man.
Wow, I've not studied spiders that much. It's a fascinating animal. I mean, I respect spiders, but when you grow up in fear of them killing you, you just like they have this rational fear. When I see a spider, I'm like terrified.
Especially when you see because they fight, right? They fight and kill each other. And then it's when the other spider's dead, the other spider is not really gonna. So they're gonna bite the other one, and they're gonna try to wrap that one with web. So it's actually so cool. It's so fast because it's releasing web, and then it's like try to spin the body of the other spider, and it's gonna wrap it like a mummy.
And then you put the dead wrapped spider together with them in their house.
In their house.
Oh my god, it's so hardcore.
And then you actually see the spider like getting fatter than the like after a few days it's gonna get bigger than the other
and then
spider.
Wins more fights for you.
Growing up like that though, we don't think that it's wild, because for us it was like
everyone's doing it.
Every summer.
It's not regulated. No one cares about.
No,
I don't know.
I don't know. At the time, it wasn't. It
what
wasn't
do they call
illegal.
them? PETA, the people that care about animals' rights. They don't care.
I don't think that is that big in the Philippines.
I don't think
the animal rights,
especially for bugs. I don't think people really care.
Animal cruelty or something.
Animal cruelty. I mean, I think dogs.
I think it will only be an issue if there's gambling involved, and I've heard there's people who gamble on even like spider fights. But I haven't really seen
stick that you use. Like, is there like a height and weight?
No, it's just a ruler. It's like a barbecue stick.
Okay, so just any stick will do.
I'm trying to look for what's the English word for the walisting thing. Is there?
They don't have.
They don't have it there. I think that's one of the major products of the Philippines, and I forgot. I don't know what the English.
Yeah, we usually just get. It's a broom. It's a stick broom.
Broomstick.
Yeah, but it's
Broomstick. But
so imagine like thicker strands.
Yeah.
And it's more of like for those rough surfaces, like really rough
Like
surfaces,
for
and that's how
leaves,
you.
like it's for outside.
So at what age were you that you said, all right, I'm too old to spider fight? Like what was your last spider fight?
Yeah, probably like yesterday, right? No, okay.
Right before
30?
this podcast.
30 should be a good age to stop.
High school.
I think high school we don't look for spiders anymore. Yeah, high school we just talk about how fun it was, and then you can see. Yeah, you still try if someone's like playing with. We watch it, but I'm not really interested in catching one. It's like elementary is more of like you're curious a lot, like and then it actually looks cool for me, like it's cool. The spider's like killing another spider. It's cool.
You probably got a certain amount of spider fights you see in your life before you're like, okay, on to the next thing. Then you just graduate to chicken fights, I guess.
Yeah, probably that's
really addicted to it.
That's the progression of it, or that's the path to being an all-time.
I guess after that it's MMA, right? This goes from chickens to humans.
Yeah,
and we like watching other people fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, imagine like who was the first one who tried to do that, or is it? It could be something like everyone discovered it at the same time, like putting a spider in the same place with another spider. They're gonna fight to the death.
That's a good point. I'm assuming they did. I'm talking like early stages of human history. They probably just got every animal they could find and just put them together and say, like, "Do they fight? No, they don't fight. Do sheep fight? No, sheep don't fight. What about snakes? No, snakes won't fight.
There probably is a certain type of spider that.
Yeah, that aggressive.
That. Because not the house spider is not.
It's just Pinoy spiders.
We don't take them as a fighter.
Yeah, I think they will fight, but it's not really they're fight and run. And then if I'm remembering this correctly, I think some of those house spiders are like poisonous to other spiders if you fight them. I don't know. I'm sure. Like I'm not like what's a person studies? Arachnologist.
Arachnologist.
Whatever.
There you go.
I have no idea. I know arachnid is like the scientific sort of term for
insects, right?
Spiders.
Insects.
Right?
Yeah,
I think it's for spiders specifically.
A spider.
Arachnid.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Even the when you let them fight, they don't like fight right away. You have to like encourage.
Yeah, you have to like push them, and then
because some of them just like kind of turn back, and then you have to push. That's why you have to put them in. Like,
you can give them some like Coca-Cola or something, and just
some of them will like fall on the ground. You have to pick them up and put them back again.
Oh my god! Now we're going back to like some chicken referees.
Yeah, it really depends on the spider.
Yeah, some people even like put milk and have it like soak like a cotton ball with milk, and then put it inside the spider's house, and then the spider will actually like suck on that cotton. So they try to feed it with milk. If it's healthy, I don't know.
What's dextrose?
It's got protein.
Dextrose.
Yeah,
it's just sugar, right? Dextrose. Yeah. Some people do that.
Or the one in the hospital too. What do you call that?
Yeah, the bag.
IV.
Yeah, IV.
Yeah, IV.
Like fluids, like electrolytes.
Yeah. Yeah,
we should give them like cocaine or some sort of like. Oh, that would be illegal.
Yeah, illegal for the owner to find cocaine. Like, hey guys, you have cocaine. Like, what are you? I need it for my spider. Yeah, for your spider. No, I'm serious, guys. It's for my spider. Yeah, really. Yeah, that's what you call your nose now, spider.
Then you mess up and you like give them heroin and.
I'm ready.
Oh no, my spider OD'd.
I'm ready.
But yeah, and then Spider-Man. I don't have a problem with Spider-Man, the superhero. Like I don't get freaked out by him, but we didn't spider fight.
Of course you don't.
because they make him look
You
cool.
would think like, oh, Spider-Man would be a problem for me, but no, I really
They
do have a
don't
big
bite,
fear of spiders.
they don't bite unless you press them.
Do you have the granddaddy long legs? We used to call them granddaddy long. You have those spiders with really long legs?
They're in here,
Really
but they
thin.
don't fight.
They're house spiders.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just wondering if you have those same spiders.
Yeah, and they don't fight, but those spiders like freak me out. I don't like if it's big. I don't really try to like go near them, because if there's big, their webs are actually thicker, and it's scarier. If the thicker the web is scarier for. It's so scary to like be close to them, because what if it's going to try to wrap you, right?
Oh my god! Last Saturday I was running with my friend Ross, and I ran into a spider web. It was so big and so thick, it felt like honey between my hands.
Yeah.
When I took it off my face, and my hands were like sticking together, and I still shiver from the feeling of like, where's that spider?
Yeah, where's the spider?
I had him check my body. I was like, where's the spider? Wiping my hands off in the grass. But yeah, those big spiders are those webs are intense.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
It's scary.
Because you're afraid of spiders. Of course, they're gonna go to you.
I know, and every time I walk out of our house, I walk through a spider
They're
web.
gonna be like,
Ding, ding.
Staring at you with their like. How many eyes does a spider have? Is it 6, right?
6, I think.
I don't want to think
6
about
eyes.
it. We should change the subject before I throw up all over this laptop. I hate spiders.
Yeah, there should be like a spider rights group. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe in a few years, like
purpose.
maybe in a few years in the Philippines, there are gonna be like people like that, like stop killing the spiders.
I don't see.
Oh yeah, you're
I
gonna turn more.
haven't seen anything.
You're getting more Western.
I haven't
There's
seen
gonna
them
be.
playing. I haven't seen a lot of. Like for the last 10 years, I haven't seen anyone.
Yes, I think ever since phones, no one's kids are not really going out
They're
that
not
much.
interested
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they don't go outside.
Yeah,
they're
I
fighting.
can watch a video on that on YouTube, but it's different.
Influencer, yeah. This is the
Yeah.
number one. We were talking about this. That the number one job that children nowadays want to do when they get older is to be a YouTuber or an influencer.
Because they
It's
see
no
the
longer-
lifestyle.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. They don't want to be a
not to be a
fireman or a
doctor,
astronaut,
policeman.
or a doctor.
No.
Yeah,
It's sad. It's like that's what they look up to is like the ideal job for
Is it-
them.
I remember.
It's better to be an athlete. At least if you do sports, you'll have a good base of fitness to want to be a sports star. Sorry, go ahead. I interrupted you.
No, because I remember someone was explaining why kids say that. It's most of the time it's just like what do you want to be when you grow up? And then like they're really young. It's a teacher, a doctor, a policeman, fireman, because those are the profession that they see like at that age. Right, so that's why that's the normal people they see, especially teachers. They see teachers, doctors because they see doctors, policemen. It could be like from the neighborhood, or like firemen. That's what they commonly see. So that's why that's the first. Normally their first answers. No one's gonna be like before a computer programmer, because you don't really know that.
Or in finance.
And, in finance. I want to be in finance. Like even lawyers, they don't really see lawyers. Yeah. But maybe right now, because everyone's on their phones, and then that's the first thing, like the first profession they see, like the person speaking on the phone. Oh, what's this person? Oh, it's an influencer, so I want to be like that. No, so you don't dream of being
they become
a doctor.
Influenced, right?
They're influenced by the
that
influencer.
point they become.
Which it's a weird. It's not necessarily a bad thing to be an influencer. Well, I guess an influencer is not. It seems very shallow. To be a YouTuber, you could do some good work as a YouTuber, depending on what your content is. But like it's like the modern day journalism, maybe if you think of it that way. But an influencer like Kim Kardashian type stuff, like no, dude, don't.
Yeah,
set your sights higher than that.
It's more of a entertainer. The Kardashians, like, it's more entertainer, and they're really good at it. I think it's been generations, right, for them to be in that spotlight.
Yeah.
They were the first. I think they were not really. Are they the first like more of like a reality stars, like celebrity reality stars, where there's like cameras, almost. throughout the day.
Were in early on, like Ozzy Osbourne and his
Oh
family.
yeah, the Osbournes. Yeah, I heard that.
They were kind of early on, and then there's like Real World, like MTV reality shows that started off. But yeah, as far as like a family to really hit it big like that, I can't think of anyone who's been bigger. Not exactly sure what the attraction is to them. It's not
people.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Never watched it?
Yeah, never watched any episode or.
Because it's mostly for women, I think. I don't think men watch that show.
I think it's more of a like you try to see how silly these elites are. But the thing is, those I think for the Kardashians, they know what they know the cameras are there, so it's almost they know they're making content. I think they're the first one who's in their mind oh, we're making content. We have to make this interesting. I have to be extra ridiculous for this.
I would imagine the more drama they create, if that's I don't know if it's drama, but I'm just assuming if it's drama, then they're attracting a lot of attention, and it's publicity in any way, good or bad. So
what do they say? Any publicity is good publicity. Even if people hate you, they're watching you.
And then people forget about that. It's just what sticks is they're famous, and that's what's important, right?
Jake Paul is a good example. Logan Paul.
Yeah, the Paul brothers.
He's got a fight coming up with Mike Tyson, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he's good. He's a good boxer, but he's making money that way, right? It's more of people want to watch him because of the history of being just a YouTuber, and then he already had an audience, and then people doubting him because he's just a YouTuber because he can actually box. But
I think a fair amount of people want to see him lose. They watch him.
I think that would be the the only. It's like Mayweather, a certain point in his career where people just want to see him lose, but he can't really lose. So that's why. Oh, maybe this guy will beat him, and then and then the next guy maybe. Yeah.
And then he just laughs all the way to the bank because he's like, "You just paid for my food."
Yeah.
So are they like the Kardashian for the men?
They are the white Kardashians, maybe.
Maybe, but it's not for drama. Oh, there is a bit of drama. I think they're good. Yeah. Sometimes they fight, and then they something like "I'm better than you," those kind of stuff. I think
guys love drama too.
Guys do love drama. We like drama, like UFC fights or sports. That I like watching football. If there's drama behind the scenes, this quarterback doesn't like the contract that they gave him, or it's different drama. But I think guys, that is
it adds to it. It adds to it. Even fighting at UFC, they always. I mean the what do you call this? The one that gets used a lot is these people really don't like each other.
Yeah,
and they're fighting in the ring.
They truly don't like each other. They truly
like
This is personal.
And so people get interested.
Yeah, like Connor makes it personal, and
making fun of the other people's family, culture, all those stuff, and then the other guys are really pissed off. I can't wait to fight you in the ring.
Oh my god, what he did
and
to
then
Josie Aldo,
they're gonna and I'm gonna try to punch you right now, but I know I can't because I won't get paid. But I'm gonna look like people stop me. I'm gonna try to swing at this guy. Yeah. And then it's they're not really gonna fight there because they're getting paid to fight like an official fight. So it's good promo, right? If you see that in the weigh-ins, and then they almost scrap in the weigh-ins, so it's gonna it's interesting.
That was good drama. Yeah, guys love drama. I mean, guys won't admit it, and we don't like the same type of drama that women do. But I think everybody likes drama. Everyone likes gossip too.
Yeah, interesting thing is when you introduced me to watching this guy who's commenting about baseball, and then I was like,
John Boy.
baseball is so boring sometimes. But then there's like a
They
drama.
gossip when they're watching.
There's like if you
It's a
watch
bunch of
this
women.
guy and he will interpret and like explain to you what's happening.
Mhm.
And then it was like, oh my God, that's what it means. And like you get so interested with the story.
It's so much
And-
drama in baseball.
and
So
then
many
it-
emotions.
yeah,
So many egos.
like managers getting like kicked out of the game.
That's S-H-I-T. You know.
And then like a brawl or something. So,
Oh,
and then,
baseball
but the
is a brawl?
story, but the
Baseball,
story leading to that is like, whoa, it's like, oh my God, it's
They'll
just
say
so,
like 3 games ago, he threw a ball near his head. So he knew next week when they played each other again, he was going to get revenge. But he did this. And when he was walking the bases, he looked back at him and he was not respectful. So the next pitch, he hit him in the face. I'm like dead on. That is like literally the storyline.
there is history there.
It's
And like,
so
this is story.
petty. There are a bunch of women out there.
Oh God!
It makes
They're-
you kind of
they're
like
trying to make it more interesting, but it would be because it's possible that it doesn't really mean anything, right? The other guy was like looking at the person, and
Oh,
like,
yeah,
he
absolutely.
did this, yeah. He's doing that stare, like no, he just like no, it was just like looking that
it
way.
is. It is.
Oh,
They
some of it's real.
know.
I mean, that's
They
like,
know.
but it's like WWE. Like, it seems that way. But until you peel back the curtain, just to shout him out, his name is John Boy, Jomboy. He's got a whole media company about baseball, but he does really good YouTube videos. But
Yeah. Maybe that's his thing, right? Make it
yeah,
add drama.
It's really interesting though. Baseball is a very mental thing, and like,
is baseball big in the Philippines?
no.
No,
not.
there's people who
It's
play
not.
softball, but I think it was only during the 80s or early 90s, where like, because my mom told me they played baseball before, but softball in their school. But when I remember when I was elementary, high school, it's not really a big thing anymore. So maybe there's like a certain period where people were trying to play it, and then it didn't really get big. Because our school
Yeah.
our school have like mitts and baseball, like you can
Japan
rent
and South
before.
Korea are obsessed with it.
They are,
Yeah,
and I
it's huge
think
in
I
those
think there is a new generation in the Philippines that is into baseball, because remember your nephew went to the Philippines
Yeah, my nephew
for
lives
a,
in Singapore. He went
for a
to
baseball meet
he
or
went to
something.
Manila for a baseball.
Really? What do they do? Because there's no games in
Or
Manila.
competition. I don't know.
Competition. Yeah.
Oh, there's
There were-
games in Manila. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What's the word? Tournament. Baseball
Oh,
tournament.
for baseball. And it's a big deal because that he really like wanted to like fly to Manila to watch it.
no, they played.
He's just
Oh,
playing.
they
like,
played. Oh, okay.
No, he's in it. Yeah, it's a little league game tournament.
Yeah,
He's-
and I
he's like
think
10
it's
years
in
old.
like Southeast
Oh.
Asia or
It's like
around
Southeast,
Asia.
Oh,
so
okay.
Southeast Asian countries.
So it
these
might
little
be-
league kids.
it might be like getting famous in the Philippines again, but
Who knows?
it's one of those sports that it's always getting sidelined because basketball is always going
Yeah,
to be number
basketball is
one.
still bigger. And then
Basketball.
soccer also. Yeah, soccer, football. Yeah, is also like I think it's bigger than baseball here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, but
Boxing.
Gymnastics is the new.
Boxing is. Yeah.
Gymnastics is the new sport of the Philippines. So
Gymnastic, yeah, probably.
All
Because,
the young
because of
kids-
the gold that we took.
they want a 3-bedroom.
Mm.
condo.
3-bedroom condo. Yeah. And some
We talked
drama.
about it
into it.
last time. We don't have to
Yeah.
revisit that. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there will
hope
be the effect.
gymnastics gets big, but I
guys
don't
would be
see it.
so good
There's
at it.
classes in here there's classes in the city that that they have those classes, and so maybe parents are inspired now to put their kids through it.
Mhm.
But I don't know because I don't even know where, because in every place there should be like the mecca of this in the country. So I don't know where the mecca of gymnastics is in the Philippines. Like what's the name of the coach if you're under that coach, that's the best coach in the Philippines for gymnastics. Yeah, I don't.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more
Like-
those
Like
those
boxing,
brand, yeah.
usually it's from people from
Philadelphia.
Mindanao, like
Oh, you're talking about
in the Philippines.
Right.
in the Philippines, yeah.
like Jensen.
In the US,
or
yeah, Philly.
Luzon.
Yeah.
Luzon, yes.
Luzon.
His son is like the northern part.
Could be
But
there
yeah,
because he's from there.
Is it Dimagay?
Dumaguete?
Dimagay?
Dumaguete is
Dumaguete.
middle Visayas. Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
you're just
Dumaguete.
naming names. Eh?
I am naming names.
yeah.
But
They're naming places.
They're actual names. They're actual cities. They're actual.
Yeah.
They're real places here
Mhm.
though. Yeah. But is it tied up to boxing? I don't know. It's yeah. But yeah, there should be. I hope they're in the Philippines, but it's probably in the
Yeah.
capital too, like Manila, because they're usually where the funding starts, and then so they try to build it in there.
It's always Manila.
Maybe that's a
Yeah.
good investment in the Philippines, building a gymnastic.
Yeah. So should we tell Louis?
What?
Well, Louis, this is big news. If we win the lottery, we will open up a gymnastics
In
gym
the
in the Philippines.
the
Just I know it's big news.
a
Lottery
Barnes
first.
Barnes Arena or Barnes gymnastic.
I
Like what do you call
wanna
it? It's also a
honor-
gym, right? Still a gym, like a gymnastics.
Maybe we do
Gym.
call it Rabor in honor of then it doesn't seem American. Then we're like Rabor gymnastics and fitness.
And then people ask like, who's Robor? Is it like a famous gymnast? No, they won the lottery, and then
They won the lottery.
they name it for they put their names on it, and then they made it like the biggest gymnastics gym.
Yeah, we'll just like spend obscene amount of money.
Or we just can call it the lottery gymnastics because we
lottery.
we just announce it.
or lucky
The or the lucky gym, the lucky gym,
the lucky gym.
lucky gym, gymnastics.
Yeah, that's good.
I didn't want to tell anyone that, but
Yeah.
I guess the secret's out.
So, if for our listeners, if you see a gym in here that name Rabor or Barnes or maybe Lucky Gym, it means they won the lottery.
And our anonymity will be exposed.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh!
and them, yeah, they're gonna,
Don't expect it though.
yeah,
No expectations.
They're
Your
gonna-
circumstance should be
Oh yeah.
above your
Adjust your circumstances to your expectations. That's
You're gonna go,
that's where joy
Chris.
lives, between your circumstances and your expectations.
It's funny because there's a lot. There's already statements describing the same, right? Like the expectations minus reality and stuff. But when Chris describes it, it's actually it's another smarter way of describing the same thing. But it's a lot more cooler to say it how he says it rather than like how like how you already know
Dude,
about
and
that
his
statement
voice.
like that.
so it's
That
like a
British-
well thought.
But it's well thought.
Yeah, well-
but I'm telling you, there is a polish that happens when someone says something in a British accent. Like
Yeah,
Harry Potter, you're just like, oh, that sounds so good.
Oh.
They could say like,
yeah,
butter the toast, please, and I'd just be like,
Oh, this
Yeah.
guy's British.
yeah, he's
Oh.
British.
yeah. He's British,
Or
and then he
not
moved
British.
I think he moved to Austin.
He's in Austin now, but he's got one of those British accents like you could hear him talk for hours, like narrate a book. His accent is just like smooth and like silk.
Is he is he a comedian or
No,
he's
just
not,
a
He's a
life
thinker.
coach?
He's like a thinker. He's
I think he's a thinker. I think he used to be an actor. From what I remember,
Well,
I
he
think
was on- he
Yeah.
was on a reality show, Love Island,
Mhm.
or
He
Love
is
Island.
used to be
something
thinker?
like that.
A thinker?
It means it
he's a
means
personality.
it means a personality. It's like Rogan, right? He's not really. I mean, Rogan's specialty is, I mean, he could say it's a specialty in commentating fights. But the thing is, he puts in like he interviews a lot of people, so that's why and asks interesting questions about them. So that's like how Chris Williamson. He's not really an expert in, let's say, exercise science, but maybe his listeners are interested with exercise science, so he interviews someone whose specialty is that, and then he actually asks interesting questions, and he's actually the way he processes information also and speaks about them is also very interesting. So that's why you end up like wanting to listen to him, and then it's more. You've heard of the term like manosphere, right? It's under that category because the topics are exercise, dating, or
Yeah,
something about
philosophy.
life,
It could
Yeah.
be.
something about Jordan Peterson.
He doesn't look like what I imagine him to be. I imagine him to be like. Yeah, I know. I'm listening.
Right.
But
So that's the voice
I haven't
that I
heard of
listen to
him.
for 2 hours before you wake up.
Yeah.
And I've had so much coffee in my system. I have notes that I've taken, and I just bombard Liza with all this
I
deep
remember.
knowledge.
Yeah. I also
She
like
doesn't want to
make.
hear it.
I also write notes because there's like it became like a word of the day for me. I think he, instead of using like distance or separation, he used like chasm, like something like
Oh.
increasing the chasm between poor and I'm like, what?
Oh yeah,
I was
I like
I was
the
like,
term.
what's? And then I look
delta.
it up. What's chasm? Oh yeah, it's like a cliff where it's like a divide. Like, oh, he could have used divide or separation. He used like chasm.
Yeah,
And
and then
then
you like
he's
incorporate that into your
yeah, they're like,
conversation.
oh, I'm gonna use that word now, but how do I use that word? It's just gonna
Awesome.
because if I use that word, it's just gonna be like out of the ordinary. Like,
Yeah,
just
people
increase
like,
the chasm
oh.
between. Like, what's chasm? Like,
Louis, we learned a new word, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
The new
It's
word
gonna
now
be
is like
that.
demure. Is the
What
new
did
word
you
that
just?
everyone's talking about.
That's
Did
not a
you
new
just?
word.
Did you just like do a right click and then use synonym?
Thesaurus.
What
Yeah,
are you
the synonym. Yeah,
You know, like Filipinos likes to use big words.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
And,
very.
And you like to, yeah. But I'm sorry, I interrupted you when I was showing Chris Williamson. Were you saying something?
If I was saying something, I totally forgot about it.
Sorry, I totally talked over you.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, the when you try to incorporate a word, you can't force it. You keep it in your backlog of your brain, and then there'll be this golden moment to bring it up. This like perfectly, it fits into the flow of conversation, and you'll be a genius for it. You can't force it.
And that time is in the morning when Glyce's having coffee.
Oh my
That's
God,
the perfect
yeah,
time to bring it up.
Flood it in.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I don't even care if she's listening. I just need to get it out. I just need to like say it
I
to
just want to
somebody.
slap you in the face.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, what?
Like, babe, you
Am
gotta
I
do this
working
instead.
already? What is-
It's like I don't want to start my day with your words.
Sorry. I do keep notes though, Louis, like you said. Like
I did, and then I read them. I read them like maybe once in a while. Because the one when he had, I think I shared it with you guys. The one where he had, the comic. I keep forgetting those one liner. The comic is like famous for like making one liners. Also British guy. Gotta forget the name. Like I know what he looks like. I know what his jokes are, but
I know who you're talking about.
yeah, he had. Yeah, well, for our listeners, yeah, you probably know him already, but yeah, he's I think
like
should
Ricky
be
Gervais, Jimmy
no,
Carr.
but it's yeah, Jimmy Carr. Yeah, it's it's a good listen. I even like stop maybe like an hour and then like just continue for the next hour because I'm trying to process what they were saying. But because they weren't jokes, it's more of like just just interesting stuff about life, and then they speak in it, and they in a different like I said, like different words. They use different words. Like I remember like even the waiter stuff. No, I think the main thing that they were talking about, like this part of the podcast, was like you are who you are when nobody is watching. Like that's a big thing. And then they try to like add more stuff into it. Like, oh yeah, like when if you're driving a car and there's kids at the back, and then you don't throw the you don't throw the trash because there's kids at the back. Like that's not who you are. Like who you are. Like if you're the person who like looks around, no one's watching, and then throws the trash at the window of your car. Like that's who you are. So you are who you are when no one's watching. And then they try to elaborate it, and then like and with the British accent, so it actually sounds more interesting.
Yeah, it sounds so smart too when it's in a British accent. But that is very true. Who are you when no one's watching?
When no one's watching, like that's who you really are. Like it's also that's why the waiter rule got bring up in there. So and then they were explaining why the waiter, like, and then they say because if the waiter, like, the risk is so so low. Like you don't really care what happens. So that's why your personality comes out in those situations, because the risk is very low. So that's why
Full
if no one's
circle.
watching,
Brought it back to our previous episode. That's a good
Yeah.
point. Yeah, I mean, and I think that people can improve themselves too. If you are lousy or not a good person when no one's watching, you can internalize that,
Yeah.
and you can improve yourself and remind yourself that you need to be a better person when no one's watching, when there's no one to impress. I crave feedback constantly. I always want to be told I did a good job, and I can learn to do a better job of not needing someone to tell me I did a good job. I can just do it on my own and feel good about it myself without external feedback. So I think people can improve. And that's why I think listening to podcasts like that are good, because you may not grasp or you may not capture everything, but if you get like just 3% of what the message was from a podcast and you keep doing it every day and trying to improve yourself, you're going to get better over time. And humans can improve themselves. We can become better people. That's like a Lex Friedman.
Yeah.
But that's if you have like, I don't know, like if you're a narcissist, are you capable to doing that?
If you're a narcissist, you wouldn't try.
You wouldn't,
yourself.
or you would
think.
interpret it differently.
Yeah.
And at that
never
point,
get to that
you
conclusion.
you would need other people telling you, respectfully, with all due respect, you're a narcissist. You should be doing this.
Yeah, but a narcissist wouldn't admit that they're narcissists, though. Right?
Yeah, that might just be the exception to what most humans are capable of. If you're a narcissist or a psychopath or a sociopath, there may not be any hope in you changing. But I don't know how many narcissists there are. Narcissist might be one of those words like anxiety, where it's over prescribed. Like, you're a narcissist. Like, I think you can be a narcissist. You can have narcissistic
tendencies,
expressions, but I don't know who's a truly a narcissist.
Because it could be someone who's like their belief on their self is bigger. So they say, "Oh, I'm not a narcissist. I just believe in myself."
You could construe
others, especially when those people say, "Oh, you're just a hater. You don't support me."
I think there's levels of it though, and then I think if you're not that, you're in a level 1, you can easily tell yourself to not, be better or something. So obviously, if you're way up there, it's harder for you to just realize all these things, unless there's something drastic that happened like that you realize, oh, I should change and all that.
You need narcissism.
You need a person that you look up to. And if you don't have that, that's why people say, oh, you need religion. You need to be humble. You need to have something you think about that there's always something bigger than you. And then if you're a narcissist, you kind of like put that in yourself, like, oh, I'm why do I need other feedback? It's just me. Like, I can deal with this by my own. And then I would imagine if you're like those like crazy rich people, right? What point do you like? Because if you're like always winning in life, like what point do you like? Do you still believe or do you still take information or feedback from other people, or you just like go to yourself of what you understand?
The Jeff Bezos of the world and Elon Musk and Donald Trump.
Entitlement, you feel like you're untouchable.
I'm always right. I'm always right.
What was the other you told me about, like a main character syndrome or whatever?
Oh, main character syndrome. That's another thing.
Oh,
like,
I haven't heard of
like main character syndrome would be a good example. Is like you are on a bus and they've got their phone on speakerphone or playing music, and they, with no regard for anyone around them, or they're driving like crazy through traffic and cutting people off, and just littering all over the place, and just a disregard for other people. And then you think like, what is wrong with that person? There's extremes and non-extremes, like the speakerphone thing, maybe not be too crazy, but this main character syndrome is these certain people have in their minds, they're the main character of their world. And the world revolves around them. And when you have this main character syndrome, everyone else is subservient to you. I'm trying to think of a big word. Like everyone else is less important. And it's not even like they sit out and plan that. They just have this world view.
Yeah.
Or like people say, oh, we're in a simulation. You know that, right? And that's a fun idea to toss around. But if people truly think we're in a simulation and reality isn't real, it's a dangerous sort of spiral of main character syndrome walking around like, screw this, screw everyone else. Like,
Yeah.
the world,
It's actually interesting.
When I die, the world dies, kind of thing.
Yeah. That's interesting because I could think of people. I don't think they're aware of it, but I think they have that thinking, like they have their own understanding of what's happening, and then it's always about how you wrong them or how the other person is wrong, and then they are the one who's like correct, right? It's more of like the understanding, like, oh, this situation is messed up because blah blah blah, and then when you listen to it, like, it's not just, it's not about why is it about you, why is this in favor of you, like it was to a point where I'm thinking, like, like you said, oh yeah, you're in a different world, like you're thinking, like, you're thinking like these people, your family's against you, but in reality, no, they're not really against you. Why are you like thinking that, oh, they're doing this because blah blah blah, they hate me, or they're so proud of themselves, where and you try to like analyze what's happening. No, you're the one who's messed up. You're not really thinking of this the right way, and actually did think like you're not, like, on my mind I didn't take, because it's someone older. I'm thinking like, oh, you're not in a movie. Why are you making yourself like because in the Philippines it's common, you see those lead actor actress getting abused, or the rich people are like, oh, and then they're, oh, yo, clean the restroom, blah blah blah. Oh, I'm being abused, blah blah blah. And then at some point, and then in reality, because this person, like, they, well, how do I describe it? It's like in the point of their life, they sold something, so they been richer than maybe years ago, and they started like, thinking they're way smarter than other people who's not, that didn't have that resources.
When you start to step down on other people.
Yeah, and then I think of it like, no, you're not. You're not right. You're the same person, and why are you like doing this? And then no, oh, they're my sister is blah 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 blah. That's the wrong way of thinking. And then when I listen to it, like, no, you're the wrong way of thinking. Like, why are you like making, like you said, like you're making it about you. This is not a story about your life. It's about everything else that you have to look into, rather than like
They're
making
not grounded
conclusions
in
in
reality.
that.
Their whole perspective is completely
And the
off.
thing I didn't like about it is because their relationships get broken when there's someone like that, because they think they're the main character, and then people are just gonna be, people are just gonna bow to you, and then everyone's gonna listen to you. No, we're not, because we're people too. We're smart enough too. So why are you like doing that? So that's what I hate about it, because like, it was relationship you had with that person like for years, suddenly like, oh, I don't even want to get associated with you anymore because you're living in a different world. Yeah. It's hard to like how do you make someone aware of that, right? Because they might get back to you like, no, I'm not, you're having the main character syndrome because you think you're the one. No. How do you
unless you have to spend time unless they're part of your family, you gotta just not spend time with them anymore.
It's harder
people
to
in the world.
deal.
The older I get, the more I realize like there's no room for negativity or people I don't like. I can't waste a single moment around someone that I hate. And
Yeah, it's
I'll vote with my time.
it just adds more stress in your life because you already have stuff you're dealing with, and then there's this one's adding on, and then you try to like you think about it, right? Like, do I need this? Like, I don't really. Why do I need this in my like, why do I have to
You don't need
entertain
much.
this?
Yeah. When
Yeah,
you think
it's
about
not.
it, you don't need that much, especially from like toxic relationships. Any relationship that doesn't, if you aren't positively contributing to each other's lives, you don't need it.
Yeah,
That's a whole
you have
other thing.
to. Yeah, I know Chris Williamson would have a smarter way to say that, but that's the point. Like, if
Yeah,
he has a
we gotta
different
work on our British
way.
accents.
Yeah, British accent, and then adding more. I was gonna put a chasm in there, but there's no really spot where I can put.
You got to come up with the quote. You say the quote first, and then you say something, and then I will ignore what you said, and I'll say another quote.
Yeah.
And then that's how we'll just. I don't like that. Anyway, well, I think we got. We're over an hour here.
I think we have to
I think
put
We
the
didn't have
chasm on.
Yeah, and chasm between time.
chasm episode for sure.
Chasm
Spider fighting
and time
and chasms.
and
Chasm of spider fighting.
Fighting. Yeah,
day
for
and
sure.
night.
That's gonna be And I'm gonna work on more putting on a clip on that spider one. It's good because it wasn't even on our topics. We didn't even have a topic in mind there. It just like went on.
If we have Glyza here,
what?
it's so great. We missed Dale, but we need all four. You are the missing piece, Glyza, because you bring a lightheartedness to the podcast that we need.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
So Dale wasn't here last week too, right?
No.
So we have 2 weekends that we have to drill him about his whereabouts.
I know.
Yeah.
So,
He just said
Figure it
events.
out.
Just events in the neighborhood. It used to be Wednesday and now it's weekends. So I was like, we can't really reschedule on Sunday. It's hard for me on Sunday because it's going to be Monday morning.
And
then I don't want to like
can
do a
only wear
podcast.
white. He can only wear like white linen robes.
Yeah.
With a
start-
rope sash.
Yeah, I start chanting.
Yeah. And then he always holds a candle in his hand.
what? What?
Yeah, it's part of a cult.
Oh,
It's a cult.
gosh.
Yeah. I think they're at right now they're at the point their community is they're instilling you the fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Kind of
FOMO.
Yeah.
So we're doing this on the weekend. What? You're not gonna be there? Oh, we're doing this on yes. I think there's that. I mean, it's fun. Like
No,
like
it's
have
great.
fun.
I'm happy.
Did he
for him.
mention that the management change?
Yeah, management changed. It's now like a WeWork type situation.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then
That's
the
dope.
owner is the
The owner is the
So
guy
we-
that sold that originally created.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Dale
I think
talks
he mentioned.
highly of him for some weird way.
Dale
Yeah.
donated $10,000
Oh,
to his.
that's why you said cult, because there was like a
Oh yeah, Liza wasn't in there when Dale was like
was she
talking
not?
about him. Yeah.
Yeah, we were just joking about it's a cult.
He's talking about, like
oh,
we were telling Dale like be careful,
Well-
Dale. You're gonna start,
You're gonna
you know.
Start wearing all the same
he
clothes.
should see that documentary then
Yeah, the documentary's pretty
about
wild.
that guy.
I
He
think
probably
he
didn't
did.
see it.
No,
did?
he already did, and he still loves him for some.
Okay, that's cult.
Yeah.
All right, that's cult.
Dale,
Because no matter he's brainwashed.
Yeah.
No matter how you tell him or
cut to Dale and he's like giving blood right now. Dale, don't do it.
no,
What are you
this is
doing
for
there? No,
the
guys,
WeWork
it's fun. It's fun. Why you don't understand this? And then he's gonna be, because the hardest part is they got someone who's like really logical, so you can't really explain to them like, no, you're in a cult. Like, no, what are you talking about? And I'm like, it's gonna be like explaining this, explaining that, and then he's gonna start resenting us. Like, no, f you guys, you don't get it.
Yeah, you're gonna be cut
Yeah.
off from my life. That's usually
No,
you know.
I'm gonna be here chanting like, we're bad.
He's gonna get a tattoo and he's
He'll
like
lose a bunch of weight and be like really skinny.
Oh
Then
yeah,
we all get together and we go down to Miami and we do an intervention and we kidnap them.
yeah,
Take them out and we get them out into the middle of Texas and we teach him to be a cowboy.
Because
Or ride a
he's
horse.
gonna be passionate about other stuff now. I mean, he's I think he's planning to use psychedelics. I think it's a near future. Is gonna. It's not bad, but I think
Is it in
I
a
hear the interest.
Kool-Aid cup?
Yeah, and weed,
Kool-Aid.
and
Don't do
they're
it.
gonna
We
do
have to
that.
deprogram Dale.
Yeah, they're gonna do that.
You have to
Oh yeah, they're
deprogram.
gonna do that together. So that's gonna be like the cult thing, right? They're gonna
Yeah.
Look each other's eyes and
use
scream.
drugs together, and then it's fun here, Dale. It's fun.
Yeah.
Stay.
I want a
Stay,
cult. We
man.
should start our own cult.
Yeah. You don't need a podcast, Dale. You need us.
Leave your friends, Dale.
This can be our cult.
Leave your friends.
Yeah, these are called. We're gonna have the F called F
Fault.
F
Fault.
following the F
Yeah.
triple
Those are our
F
fault
followers.
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 Uh,
It's always fun here. And yeah. But we miss you,
always
Dale.
fun.
We're gonna ask you what happened, and then I think we just have dedicate a podcast of just asking Dale what they do on those events, right?
We're gonna be
and
open-minded
then,
about
and then
it.
we won't believe anything he says, and then
Yeah.
we'll accuse him of being in it.
Yeah, what if we bring Ryan in and then let Ryan like interview Dale? He did that one time when we were like drinking before. I was even laughing like, God, Ryan, why are you asking these questions to Dale?
Oh, we
And then,
were
yeah.
there. I remember these questions.
Yeah, I was like, imagine if that's recorded. Yeah.
Well, the baby just woke up.
Oh, yeah, we can end this also because 1 hour and then 12, and then think we can just plan for next week.
Yeah,
And yeah,
for sure.
and hopefully we have Dale back next week.
Yeah,
and
Friday next week we should be good.
yeah, so it was good. We didn't plan to talk about anything, but we just flowed with what other topics come to mind. It was fun, and then an hour was just really fast. So that's a very good sign. We're just time
flew
just
by.
flies, and
We're getting in the zone, and that right there at the end, I think we really hit a good spot with like some deep discussion. So
yeah,
it was good. I'm glad we did it.
yeah. I'm gonna get back to my Chris Williamson notes, and then hopefully I get to sound more smarter when they talk.
Yeah,
again
just go
next
yell
week.
at Isa for
Yeah,
an hour.
guys is gonna be okay. We're gonna start the podcast with like very good like Chris Williamson quote, and then guys are like, what are you this again?
Not again.
We had this morning, Adam. I'm gonna bring this back. You're gonna bring this up again. It was funny.
All day, man.
Okay. Well, yeah. Is it? You wanna have closing remarks or just end it with that?
I think I'm good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I've said all that needs to be said.
Mm-hmm.
We miss Dale. All jokes aside.
Yeah. Still.
It's not the same without him. So
Hopefully next episode. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, have a good weekend. I think Glyza's back. So hey, Glyza, we're just closing in the wrapping. We're wrapping up, and then say
Yeah. Any closing remarks?
yeah, we're just
Always remember that
just making
lower
a joke.
your expectations of your circumstance.
Your joy is found between your expectations and your circumstances.
Yeah,
I think is the way to say it.
that's sad. Yeah.
Whatever.
Don't do tomorrow what you would do
Today.
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 What?
That's yeah. Okay. I wouldn't want to listen to that when you wake up. Like, hey Louis, don't do what?
Do what?
Stop.
Do
Are you-
don't
Don't put off today what
Hey.
tomorrow you would do today.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Even remembering the code struggle. Yeah. But yeah, I think we can just end this. Thank you. You have a good weekend, the rest of the weekend, and then hopefully we have Dale. I'm not gonna look camera. So Dale, I don't even Dale listens to this, right? But Dale, yeah,
Now listen to this.
if not listen to this, Dale, we hope you're here next week, and we're gonna ask you questions.
Yeah. If you're
About-
not
yeah.
here, you're strike 3, Dale.
Strike three.
Actually,
We only do 6 strikes.
Don't join the cult, Dale. Stay in reality, and yeah.
Take the
That's
blue pill.
Okay.
Right? Or the red pill. I don't know which one's good or bad. Take the blue pill.
Yeah, as long as it's a blue pill. Okay, I'm gonna end the session now, and then yeah, guys, have a good
All right,
have a good night.
bye.
Okay, bye bye.
All right.